Welcome to the $100,000 24-hour project launch challenge, where you are going to learn how to create and market a book. Now, I cannot guarantee you specific results from this challenge. Here is a little bit about me. I'm Vanessa Morse, and 2 years ago, I was unemployed, anxious, and had no idea how I was going to make money after quitting my job. Today, I am a published author of 4 books. I've built a community of over 3,000 social media followers across platforms, and I've had my content reach over 69,000 people. I did this without spending 10 years to figure it out. I used a system I call Dream Life Launch, and today you're going to use a part of it too. If you want to start building your dream life today, like me, take part in this free challenge. You can join this challenge at any time. It has no expiration date. What was my turning point after I quit my job? I realized I had to make my own income. I had to shift my mindset, and I had to treat making money as a skill that I could improve. So why should you listen to me? For the last 2 years, I've been attending webinars, reading books, watching YouTube videos, soaking up information about entrepreneurship, business, and marketing. Webinars and summits have been the most helpful to me. They help me to tap into a feeling of momentum, and they give me the tools to move forward in life. I used to feel lost about how I could get my life together. I had to quit my first job, and this forced me to rethink my money-making skills. I spent the next 2 years improving my mindset and my beliefs about my finances. If I didn't change my mindset and think of making money as a skill that I could improve, I would have never reached the life I am living today. The first time I received a paycheck from my book, it proved to me that I can make money on my own terms without a 9-to-5 job. That moment changed everything for me because I had a system that could work repeatedly for any project. 4 books later, I'm here to show you the exact system I used. But before I show you this system, I want to talk to you about the 2 types of viewers watching this video. You're one of the select few who's ready to take action today, not next year, today. Most people will watch this video and do nothing, but you're not most people. You're here because you know you can't keep struggling anymore, and that's exactly who this is for. The action takers, the ones who are done letting life happen to them. You and I are doing this challenge together. We are taking action to change our lives today. It doesn't matter if you see this on November 11th, 2025, or January 20th, 2028. You and my other viewers make up a community of people changing our lives. Our goal is to help 1 million people launch their book or product today. If you don't do this now, today, where will you be in a year? Still at that 9-to-5 job, hoping you don't get laid off? Still saying, someday I'll write that book, someday I'll start that business? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up because the cost of waiting is way higher than the cost of starting. I want this video to be a turning point in your life. This is not a video that you watch. This is a framework you use today to get results. So grab a notebook or some paper and really take in what I have to say and make sure you take notes. And I also want to tell you, I am not telling you to quit your job. That is your decision to make, and I do not have all the facts of your situation. So before you take any crazy big risk like that, really think through your decision. Here's where most people The first step is to replace the beliefs we have with the beliefs that align with our goals. I used to be the type of person who had no direction. I had such bad anxiety that I wouldn't talk to people, I would just avoid them. When I got my first job, I had to learn to talk more to people in my family's business and my new job. I had to overcome my anxiety, so I read every book about it. I used energy healing techniques, and I put myself out there more, and I was able to overcome that fear. After I quit my job, I had to figure out how to make my own income. I tried several ways before I found that nonfiction writing was my favorite. I felt like a winner when I received that first paycheck for a sale. I knew that I wanted to be a productivity and rapid goal achievement coach. I knew I wanted to help people create their dream lives as soon as possible and help them make the income they need to build it. So, writing nonfiction was a major step in the right direction. One of the best beliefs to have right now is to believe that making money is a skill that you can improve, just like writing and public speaking are skills that you can improve. This is going to help you to succeed faster because if your mindset is on board with your goals, it is going to be easier to achieve them. One of the old beliefs that I had was that making money online was too difficult for me to do. But then I started to see all these content creators making money only from their content or from their content paired with digital products. Some of them were making $100,000 a month. Some of them were making $1 million a month. Some of them were actually bringing in millions of dollars per year. So that made me realize that there are people who are making money online very easily and they're not having to work 8 to 12 hours a day to do it. So this opened my mind to the business opportunities that were out there, and I also changed my belief to making money is a skill that I can improve. Step 2, decision. Promise yourself you will move forward with this challenge and stop hesitating. I want you to think about what I just said. I had to quit my job. I made a decision to stop something and to step out of my comfort zone. So your first action is to stop repeating the same life every day. Once again, I'm not telling you to quit your job. That is your decision to make, but for me, it was the only choice I had to make sure my physical and mental health stayed in good shape. Before you make a major decision, gather all the facts of your situation and minimize the risks. Promise yourself you will move forward with this Dream Life Launch Challenge today and finally make some changes in your life. Now we're going to decide if a book or a product is better for you to create. If you are a beginner, meaning you do not have a business, you did not write a book, or maybe you wrote a book in the past, but you don't have a business, you are going to write another book. I don't want you to try to create products, I want you to just stick with writing a book. For more experienced entrepreneurs with established businesses, choose either to create a book or a product. The reason I want beginners to write a book is because this is going to be the product that is going to provide an income, and then that income can then be used later to fund your business. So it's very important that you start with a book, generate income from that book, and then use that money to establish a business in the future. Step 4, brainstorming. You have lived a life full of problems and solutions that someone else can benefit from. You have also developed skills or talents that you can use as well. This is a game changer. So, you're going to take your paper and we're going to do this together. You're going to create a Venn diagram. You're going to put 2 circles and you're going to overlap them slightly in the middle. I'm going to have a picture up so you can see. And on the left are going to be problems that we used to have. And on the right are solutions to those problems that we found. In the overlap, we have talents, problems, and solutions. So I am going to show you how I can tie this together using my own problems, solutions, and talents to create a unique way to connect them all. For my Venn diagram, on the problem side, I listed making money as the problem, and then books and survey sites as the solution. I listed making something out of negative challenges as a problem, and turning these negative challenges into lessons for others as the solution. As the problem, I listed goals taking too long to achieve. And as the solution, I listed productivity tools. Now, in the middle, I put my skills of writing, creating content, creating books, doing voiceover projects, presentations, and my rapid goal achievement framework. So, all of these work together to solve a problem, deliver a solution, and then I use my natural talents to then deliver the solutions to my clients. So take some time to make this Venn diagram and really think through what are the problems that you know how to solve, what are the exact solutions that solve these problems, and how can you deliver that solution. So if you're a beginner, you're going to deliver that solution through writing and creating content. Step 5, writing the book. So one chapter is going to equal one problem and your solution to solve it, and your unique story is going to be woven in. When you mention your problem and solution, start from the point where you were stuck. Then the turning point that provided the solution. Like I did with my experience of quitting my job, the turning point was that I needed to make an income. Then I discovered writing books and I started making money from selling my books. Structure each chapter this way, and you can see a sample of how I structure this in my lead magnet in my bio. Step 6, edit your book. Once you have your book written, it is now time to edit your book, to put in a disclaimer, and to get a disclaimer that works for your book. You can figure out pretty easily how to make one to suit your needs online. And you also want to make sure you have your book blurb ready so you can fill this in immediately when you go to publish. So to find a disclaimer, go online, and judging by the topic of your book, you are going to find the right disclaimer that works for you. I am not going to provide you specific advice for writing your book disclaimer because it is up to you to pick the right one for your book topic. Step 7 is to self-publish your book. I suggest you publish on the Lulu bookstore because I like to use it because your book can be up on their bookstore in around 30 minutes to an hour once you really understand how to publish it. You can then distribute globally, but this is going to take a lot longer, probably a few weeks or longer, than just publishing your book on their bookstore. You can also publish your book directly from your phone, but I am going to warn you that if you want to create a book cover using their designer, you're going to have to use a computer or it's not going to work the best. So keep that in mind. You have the option to seek out whatever self-publishing company you want to because self-publishing is the fastest route to get published. And I'm just suggesting the Lulu bookstore because that's what I use. I know I already went over this step before, but I wanted to zoom in on actually writing the book to make it easier than you think it is. I know what you're thinking. I don't have time to write a book in 24 hours. I'm too busy. The truth is, you don't need 24 hours straight. You only need to work in 10 to 25-minute work sessions until you finish writing your book. If you don't have the right tools to make your writing easy and to enter a flow state, writing is like pulling teeth. You want to just push through and get it done, and this grind mentality is not productive. So here is the 4-tool system that in combination can help you to make writing fun, fast, creative, and easy. These 4 tools are only a part of my Dream Life Launch system. Used alone, they're very helpful. Used together, they're unstoppable. Here's how they work as a system. When you sit down to write for 25 minutes, you are going to use Parkinson's Law, which compresses your time so you work faster without losing the quality of your work. My take on this tool is, instead of setting a timer for a writing session for 1 hour, set it for only 25 minutes. Whatever time you think you are going to need to write, cut it in half or at least cut it down. This compression allows you to cut your work time because you work faster and you don't sacrifice quality. Pomodoro technique. This is working for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break, so you never burn out. You set work blocks for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. You're going to repeat this 2 more times, and on your 4th session, take a 15 to 25-minute break. Repeat the entire cycle again until your book is done. I'm going to add this also. I'm going to add an example in my Notion template to make this a little bit more clear to understand. The next tool is the Pareto principle. This keeps you focused on the 20% of tasks that create 80% of results. So, your 20% of tasks is outlining, writing, editing. That's it. You focus on the 20% of tasks that contribute to 80% of your results. What tasks are most productive to writing? Outlining, writing, editing. Research is only a small portion. Don't be one of those people that take 10 years to write a nonfiction book. You figured out the problem/solutions, and now you can write the book. Focus only on what helps you write this book. Task batching is what helps you stop from bouncing around from one task to the next. Outline all chapters at one time. Write one chapter at a time. Edit one chapter at a time. Group similar tasks together. So, outline all chapters at once. Write one chapter at a time. Edit one chapter at a time. Don't switch between writing, editing, and outlining. You will exhaust yourself. So, using all 4 of these tools in one writing session is going to make you much more productive, and you are going to get so much more work done while also not burning yourself out. Flow state bonus step. You have 2 options, and it's based on your preference which one you choose to use. You can use 25-minute work blocks, or you can try to work for an hour in a flow state. I like to use wordless music and gamma wave state music to get my mind locked in on the task. So, I have used both techniques, the Pomodoro technique and getting in a flow state. And I have to say that in a flow state, my words seem to flow better. I'm not struggling to find the next word to write. I'm not trying to think about what next idea I want to write about. My writing is a lot smoother, but it is totally up to you on whether or not you want to use the Pomodoro technique or the flow state technique. So, choose a technique to use when you are writing. When you go to create your content series for this challenge, this is going to become your marketing for your book or product. You can do a live stream, you can do a video that you can then post to YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Threads, wherever you want to post it. and you are going to market your book or product before you release it. Doing this is going to give you more of a chance that you find customers and make more sales. There are no guarantees that this is going to happen, but it increases your chances. After you create these videos or a YouTube playlist series, I want you to send me the links to the videos and the playlist series on my Dream Life Launch Threads page. I'm going to include a link in my bio on my YouTube channel. And I want you to share this so that I can then share it and get it to more people.